Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I wanted to share with you the topic I share with you every year, every second year anyways. This is the time of year, certain plants, certain orchids, they need to have their dry winter rest. So here in British Columbia, I'm down to under 10 hours of light now, and I have a saying that the plants that need the dry winter rest, I don't water from Halloween to Valentine's Day. Well, I am about a week behind that, and some of these guys just got their final drink of water, but I want to go over a few of the smaller ones with you. There's some larger ones as well, but I didn't feel like bringing them down. So I have some on the table here that we just are going to talk about. And as we talk about them, I want to kind of clarify what a dry winter rest is. So this guy here, I've had for a few years, probably 4 years actually, Dendrobium Jenkinsii. And it's actually a cross, but there's a pin in the thing, so I can't see what the cross is. Lindii. There we go. So anyways, this guy here is one that needs a dry winter rest, and I have just a plain Lindii up there as well. There's a few that I have. Oh, I should have brought... There's so many more I could have brought out for you guys. But anyways, I am going to not water this guy, and you can see the bulbs are fairly plump in it. By the end of the season, the bulbs are going to be a little bit more shriveled, but I want to make sure I don't, you know, if you're doing this in the house, you don't want to totally dehydrate these plants. Now, a Cymbidium, there's another prime example of one that needs a dry winter rest. I'm a little bit behind. I just gave this guy its final drink of water today. I'm just bringing out a little Cymbidium. My big ones are actually, some of them are in the temperate greenhouse. This guy was still outside, but I brought him in. I think I have a spike starting right here already, so that's good. It's a little too long and narrow to be a new growth, and the wrong time of year. So this has been under dry cover now, really for a few weeks. Maybe even more, because we've had tons of rain. I'm always like picking at stuff while I'm talking about these plants. We've had tons of rain, but Cymbidiums are one, and you don't want the bulbs to shrivel necessarily too much on them, but you want to really reduce your watering. And all these guys appreciate it a little cooler and as bright as you can give them for this time of year. So why do we, I'm just off screen here looking at you guys, why do we want to give a dry winter rest? Well, a lot of these guys in nature, that is just a change of the season, and it actually signals it's time to bloom. So a lot of these guys are going to drop their leaves as well. This is Anosium, and this guy will get quite big. I have one that's similar in the background here, and it's huge, but I don't think I'm going to bring it down to show you guys. But yes, so this guy, you can see some old canes, and I thought I was going to lose this one this year. It did really poorly last year, but all of this green is new growth, so I'm really hopeful. And yeah, it drops its leaves and has a few little pink flowers on it, but this one will get big canes, big. This one is still just a little baby. But yeah, so we're trying to do the dry winter rest to induce some blooms for us. Now, the light levels are really reduced this time of year for me, so at first I always think that that's like, you know, a horrible thing, but my plants, they do okay, and the ones that need the rest, they do just fine as well. And I'm always getting some spikes out of it. I was looking back here collecting some of these, and there's so many spikes going on back there. The plants really know when it's change of seasons in the greenhouse anyways. Not so much, I guess, growing in the house. This is another guy. I got him last year in my Equigenera order. So this is Dendrobium Lawicii. And you can see how I planted this. It's kind of cool. It's upside down in a pot. I have the tape around it here. This keeps moisture in, and it gives me the signal when I need to rewater when it's watering season. So you can see it's got humidity in here. This tape goes clear when it's dry. But this one has not had a start to its winter rest yet. I'm going to start that today. It gets no more water. Doesn't mean it's not humid in here. These orchid roots can take water right out of the air. It's going to get misted, I'm sure, a few times accidentally throughout the season. So it's not going to be completely, like, we're not turning it into a cactus here. So if it's in your house and you have this plant sitting in your house, you don't want to deprive it of so much water it becomes unhealthy. We just want the bulbs to slightly shrivel a little bit. So I'm hoping that this guy's going to drop some leaves and produce some buds over the Christmas season anyways. What else did I have for you? So another one would be the nobly type dendrobiums, the canes. Those ones would take a dry winter rest. But I did bring out this guy here. This is not a nobly dendrobium. This is a Dendrobium phalaenopsis. This is doesn't grow in the same regions. It's more of a tropical plant, gets the same care all year round. They make good house plants because they're warmth-loving plants that don't take much light. And so it's going to do great in your house all year long with no dry winter rest. So this guy just keeps going. Now they do seem to bloom this time of year. I have a bigger one back there that's got some big spikes on it, but I didn't want to bring it out because it's like this big. Each cane is 2.5 feet long on it, so I wasn't going to pull it out when I have this nice miniature guy. And I'm just looking through it, and we can see one bloom spike starting on this guy right here too, right in there. So hopefully he continues to bloom for me, and I've had many blooms off this. This cane itself has had 4 and 3 and 2 and 2, so it's a good bloomer, and it usually blooms this time of year. But I just want to throw that in there. This is one Dendrobium phalaenopsis. They don't need the dry winter rest. Keep watering yours. They like to be just slightly moist all year long. They love it warm, and I find they don't take a lot of sun. They do great in partial sun. So anyways, yeah, that is a few of the plants that need the dry winter rest. So I don't water these guys and a bunch of others from Halloween to Valentine's Day. I'm just going to go around the corner here and grab one more little one. You guys stare off into the greenhouse here because I wanted to show you this guy, but I forgot to bring him out, but was thinking about him while we were talking. Let's see if I can do this. I'm like ripping him through this hanging wall here. This is one that always does well for me. Coming back out now. Sorry about that. Here we go. And so this guy here is the Harianum, and it does well too. It needs that dry winter rest. When they're mounted like this, it's so much easier to give them the dry rest. And again, it's bloomed year after year. The theme here is dendrobiums. It seems to be a lot of dendrobiums need this dry winter rest. Not all of them though. And yes, it's semi-deciduous, this guy. He drops his leaves after a few years. He blooms off canes that have leaves on them and don't have leaves. But it looks like we got at least 2, maybe 3 new growths this year. So he nearly doubled in size. And there we go again, just sort of picking as we talk. But yeah, so there we go. Plants that need a dry winter rest. And yeah, we're going to leave it at that for now. So I hope you liked this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching. So this video is brought to you by my super fans over at Patreon, and I have put this video over there as well. There are some behind the scenes, deleted scenes, a bit of extra footage, and it is commercial free over there. So if you wanted to see the extra footage on this video, there's probably 3-4 extra minutes on this video. Head on over to Patreon and check out my my account there. And again, thank you to all my super fans over on Patreon.